What's up, guys? Today we are looking at Ancient 1, Carry, Ursa, Replay, and let's check this out. You are Silencer, Snap, position 5, maybe a Mag, I don't know. Against a Mars, almost for sure, like Mars Disruptor, Mars Dazzle. Just off the bat, this item build, not good. And Ursa is just a very weak level 1 hero. I don't know if this is something that's just changed more recently, or if he kind of always was, but people just didn't realize it and acted too afraid of him, and now they don't. Like, your hero sucks level 1, dude. It just does. Orb of Venom, trash, early, I think. You know, if you want to, like, 10k theory craft, like, your specific lane, and, like, this is gonna be the perfect item, like, okay, but if you're against a Mars and another spellcaster, like, you just need a stick. Like, I just want to see this be a stick, knowing they're against a Mars. You took Q level 1, not really ideal. Like, this used to be more popular. It only does 75 damage, costs a lot of mana. Usually you take Fury Swipes. Like, I don't know how you normally play Ursa, so I don't know if you do this a lot, or this was just a result of kind of, like, the playstyle you were going for in terms of, like, getting this First Blood. I just wouldn't do this, though. Like, you're low Ancient. Like, I just want you to focus on yourself, you know? Like, I mean, I would never do this in, like, a 7k MMR game. Like, it's just, like, if this doesn't work, it's just so suboptimal for what is about to happen in this lane. So, I mean, we'll check it out. We'll see how it plays out. But it's just... Okay, so use Q to secure CS. That's good. And, I mean, instantly, you lose all your health, and they cast, like, you know, a couple spells on you. It'd be nice to have stick charges already. What actually happened here? How do you lose all your HP doing this? So yeah, you had to, like, jump forward and put yourself out of position to secure a CS. Also, your, like, support is not really going to be helping you at all. Like, you don't have a Warlock to heal you. So, like, you don't really want to do that. So really, in this situation, you just have to recognize you're so weak and you're so susceptible to being harassed down. And, like, it's just such a grief for your own game to lose 3/4 of your own HP. Like, this is so bad for you on the first wave to lose all this HP. It's just going to make the rest of this lane so much harder. So what you need to do here is just defensive aggro, or you get no CS and you just accept that, like, you can't safely do that. So, like, just defensive aggro down. I mean, your support's not even here. This is kind of like worst case scenario. But if this is the case, your support's not even here, you just cannot take a 2v1 trade. So you can even aggro this into the tower. Like, I don't care that you're going to shove the lane out, because this lane being right in front of your tower is just not good for you anyways. Like, it's so bad to 2v1 right outside of your tower that you can't do it. It doesn't matter that you're safe and right outside of your tower. It's just, you can't do it. You just lose all your HP to 2 spells. You know? So, don't be afraid of defensive aggro into tower to avoid that situation. Even if it shoves the lane out, it's still going to be better than what just happened to you. And this is, like, lane losing stuff that happened in the first, like, 30 seconds. You know, we'll watch the replay, but you're just not going to have a good game on this. Like, you just can't set yourself up for success. You know, you don't need to win this lane, right? Like, you're against a Mars Disruptor, pretty strong combo. Like, I don't need you to win this lane, but I need you to not lose all your HP and have no mana and get 5 CS in the first, like, 2 waves, 3 waves. You know, you're just not going to set yourself up for good games. What are we flying out? Are we flying out anything? You're not even flying out anything. Okay, so if this does happen, like, if you do find yourself in a situation for whatever reason, you need to fly more tangos, and I would have flown the stick, because you need the stick. If you're ever against Mars, like, if you just go to Dota 2 Pro Tracker, pick any carry, and then, like, find games where they're against a Mars, they all start stick. Against Mars, start stick. That is, like, a kind of a rule that you can follow. Don't overthink it. People like to start stick on Ursa because you do use mana with either of these 2 spells later on in the lane, like level 2, 3. You are going to use some mana, and you don't really upgrade it to Wanderly. It's not about that. It's just about having that little bit of trading and whatnot. Okay, and then this will happen where your enemies just completely leave you for no reason because you're an Ancient, which is cool. Where's our defensive aggro, man? Like here, defensive aggro, defensive aggro, defensive aggro. Like these all creeps are gonna die. These 3 creeps are obtainable for you right now. These melee creeps. You need to defensive aggro them here, and then defensive aggro them again, and then defensive aggro them again, and have them all follow you back to meet these creeps as far back in the lane as you can get it. That is 100% the only thing you should care about doing right now. Like, if this guy Qs you, it's like, whatever. So yeah, just no defensive aggro here really hurts you. Because now the lane's staticked right here, and now the Mars is back, and now you can't do anything. Versus you could have, like, had these 3 creeps, like, back here. So yeah, you rush a Ring of Health. This just isn't a thing. Like, it is a thing, but it's not a thing if your first level wave goes, like, that bad. If your first wave goes that bad, you have to adjust, and you have to buy that extra set of tangos early. It's just not acceptable that you didn't do that. You just wouldn't have lost all this HP right now. Also, like, buying the Ring of Health of your couriers, like, not really that great. Like, usually you just want to, like, walk over here and grab it. I've seen really high MMRs, like, fly their courier out here preemptively, and their courier will just chill here. And then when they get the gold, they'll, like, walk it over here. You have to, like, kind of pay attention, though, and then you, like, you know, either walk it over here to you, or, you know, if you have to really play it safe, like, walk it back around this way. But, like, have your courier do it for you. And that or you go walk. Sometimes you'll have the opportunity. We're gonna die here? Yeah, we're gonna die here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now you buy the stick tangos. I mean, this is just way too late. These need to come first, and then this comes after. Sometimes you just can't afford to, like, not have any extra regen for the amount of time it takes you to farm up this Ring of Health. So, like, where you are right now, like, this is decent, but, like, you got here in, like, the worst way possible. So at least you got to the right place, but not really where we want to be. Not really how we want to get there. So here I would... This is fine. I would defensive aggro. I guess, like, you're, like, daring this guy to walk up, which I guess is okay. Okay, you defensive aggro here. That's good. It's okay. Yeah, the sad part is, like, now that you're here, like, you're not even that afraid of this Mars, but we just got here in such a poor way that, you know, we just got so much less out of the lane than we needed to in the first couple waves before getting to this point. So, like, here, don't be afraid to drag this into tower. It's just, like, you're still not, like, way stronger than them. There's no reason to, like, tank these. You are, like, Ursa level 4. Honestly, starting at level 4, you can go jungle if you need to. So, like, you can pull this into your tower, safely farm it, and then if the lane shoves out here again, just, like, go jungle. You can just go jungle. Like, do a camp, do half a camp, and then come back if the lane is, like, not in a safe spot. Because what you do is kind of tank a third of your HP for no reason. Basically, almost half your HP for no reason you've lost just to these creeps. You're not eating your tangos, by the way, so eat a tango while you're doing this if you're, like, understanding that you're going to be losing the HP. And, like, your snap's not here. You know, which is, like, whatever. Like, I don't care that he's not here. Like, it's not like a, oh, this isn't like a, oh, my position 5's, like, out of position thing. This is just like a, you have, like, set up this situation for yourself, kind of not really paying attention to what else is going on. And then they're like, well, this Ursa's half HP. I guess we just go on him. And even if your snap was here, this would work for them. Maybe the Mars would die in return, but it's like, who cares? Like, the point is, like, you don't want to be dying. So you should have just dragged it under tower. Don't get too fixated on, like, trying to, like, keep the lane equilibrium right here. If you can, like, go jungle, right? Like, and again, it was that same situation as level 1. It's a 2v1. It doesn't matter if the lane equilibrium's good if you can't walk up anyways without being in danger, which was the case. That's unfortunate. We got disruptor glimpsed. I do that myself, honestly. It sucks. Ideally, we want to think about it and avoid it, but I'm not going to harp on you much for that because I forget myself. Okay, so we got a jungle our way back to lane, which is, like, fine. You're kind of... okay. Alright. This is all fine. Getting some CS. Yeah, this Mars fucking with you. You can definitely jungle at this point. Easily, like, Ursa with Ring of Health and level 3 Fury Swipes. He just jungles fine. Like, you have 6 armor. You're hanging around the lane. Oh, your snap is 6. That's pretty cool. Okay. I thought that was kind of weird, and then your snap was 6. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I really like the Perseverance is, like, the correct way to build Battlefield on Ursa, so that's good. I think some people don't know this. I just coached a guy who's like Archon, and he didn't know that this is how you build battle theory on Ursa. So to anybody else watching, Perseverance is correct. You buy the Void Stone before you buy any of the damage components, because Ursa does not need the right-click damage to jungle effectively. He just needs health regen so that he like can sustain, and then he needs mana regen so you can spam overpower. Because your damage for jungling, or just in general, is based off your Fury swipes, and then you like amp that with the overpower. So you just need to be able to spam overpower. So this is correct. Yeah, you're playing too aggressive here. Like, you were playing aggressive on them a little bit. You had the Snapple. Okay, cool, awesome. Like, but you're only doing that because you like can be strong. Like, you are not actually strong enough to be here doing this. And you just need to recognize, like, maybe you didn't know why it was okay for you to be being aggressive early. I'm not really sure. But, like, you've already established they're, like, pretty strong. You know, you're an Ursa with Perseverance. You know, you have this Orb of Venom, but like I said, I don't want you to be even having this. You just got, you don't have stats, right? You just got a stick and a Perseverance. This entire build is just like, I want to hit creeps and get this Battle Fury. And if that's what you want to do, like, you're not gonna farm these creeps here. You cannot farm under their tower. This is insanely dangerous. You die to anything. They have a Disruptor, my friend. He just stands here, and then Mars goes on you, and then you try to run away, and he glimpses you. Even if they don't have a Disruptor, it's just so dangerous to be farming under the enemy tower. It is just never something you should do as carry, unless you're like stomping your lane super hard. Like if this guy's level 5 and you're level 7, then what you're doing is like okay. But like, and that's also assuming their mid's not going to come gank you. Because if their mid can come gank you, then it also is dangerous to farm under their tower. It's just so rare that this is the correct move. Like, you need to kill this creep, and, like, maybe kill the range creep and walk away. That's the only acceptable play. Like, an aggressive play under their tower is just so bad, dude. You know, I'm not sure, I don't want to flame you too hard, but, like, it's just that bad. It griefs your game so hard to die here. Like, why is this Mars, who you were not afraid of, and, like, I don't blame you for not being afraid of him. Like, he doesn't do a lot to you at this point in the game when you have your enrage. Like, why is he having a free lane now? Like, it's because we just, like, fed for no reason here. It's like some very interesting warning, too. Somebody wanted to get aggressive in this area, which doesn't make sense for you. I don't know if your teammate was calling for that, and you got kind of baited. I don't know, but you can't do that. You really can't. Okay, so you shoved it out. You're jungling. This is good. This is like what we want to see. Coming back to lane. This is all fine. Okay, your teammates come, so you're kind of like fighting them. This is like okay, but now you need to leave. This is like... I don't know what you're about to do. I don't. But I hope you leave, because their heroes all showing up and you not having ult means like your contribution here is like over. It's over. And I need you to recognize this. I don't know what you do next. I hope you do recognize it. No, you walk back in. Okay, Dazzle died. But yeah, you died. Just not worth, my friend. Not worth. You have your Battle Fury. If you had... I'm pretty sure you probably had the golds after you got that Dazzle kill, but maybe you don't. Whatever. If you see 3-4 heroes in your lane, and you just TP anywhere else, you're going to get so much free farm for the next, like, 2 minutes. Because they're all down here doing something else. And you're just missing all this free farm. And it's just so not worth dying here. I need you guys, as carry players, to value your own lives more than you do. Like, I know you don't like dying, but you're, like... It's not just you. Players around your rank. You just, like... Dying to you is, like... like, that sucked, but, you know, it's like, whatever, right? And, like, I need you to see that, like, dying here is, like, oh, man, it's just really bad. It's just so much worse than you think it is. And maybe, you know, I'm having a hard time, like, explaining why. It's kind of hard to know, like, there's just so many reasons, like, so many reasons. I don't know. There's just so many creeps you could be hitting. You have your Battle Fury. You want to be power farming. It slows down your spikes, your future item progression. Yeah, it just makes everything so much worse. I don't know. Hopefully you can take my word for it if I'm not explaining very well. Okay, so we came up here and we're farming. They still have their Mars bottom. And we see this Dazzle running at us. We know they got a Ricky up here too, who is Invis. So like, I don't know where he is, but like he could be here. We don't see him. So like, this is an indication to you that you need to like walk away. because you're so weak right now. I hope you know you are so weak right now. And so, like, I don't know why this guy's running at you, but if he is, like, we just need to respect it and leave. Like, maybe he's a psycho, but maybe, like, their Ricky's here, their Disruptor's coming or something. You know what I mean, dude? So, like, you kind of, like, ran up here. Like, I just need you to, like, run down here. Okay, Disruptor is here. So, kind of unlucky. Like, normally people don't, like, organize ganks like this. But, you know, if we see that Dazzle running at us, my first instinct is to, like, leave, not kind of hang around and see what's going on. So a little unlucky. I think you just didn't quite react properly. Like, that's not going to happen every game. But I don't think you reacted very well to, like, seeing that guy run at you. Otherwise, I thought, like, being in the top area of the map was okay, especially because your tower's not alive. Like I said, that's, like, sort of why I was unlucky. Because Ricky's still here. If this Ricky's still here, I'm a little worried to be in this area. Okay, just farm 1 QP and get out. That's fine. Okay, I kind of like what you're doing here, like farming away from where the Ricky is, because Ricky kind of fucks you early. So this is a nice... I really like this move bottom that you made. Okay, there's stuff happening mid, so you're staying in your lane. Okay, this is cool. This is very cool. And you're going BKB, Brown Boots BKB. I don't really like the Brown Boots. Like, I don't think people really do this. Like, the phase is just nice to not get kited so hard. They have a lot of slows. Like, something high-level players think about is, like, phase boots specifically are good when the enemy has a lot of slows and you feel like you're going to get kited a lot. So, like, it's kind of like the default build on Ursa anyways. Like, I think this game is just, like, it's good. So I don't know why you would skip phase boots. I guess you think you need a BKB. But I don't think I'd skip phase boots. It's just me. Okay, hitting this tower is kind of psycho, actually. So, like, this whole fight was happening, and you stayed in your lane, which is great, but, like, hitting this tower is not a thing. You can farm this creep camp, and then when their next wave comes, if you think you can, like, go kill the creep wave really quick, but hitting this tower, not a thing. And I think you're just lucky that you don't die here. So you get the TP out. Decent TP after you got glimpsed, but that was... I think that was straight luck that you didn't just, like, die there. Okay, then you come out of base and you walk towards bottom, which I don't like because you are still in farm mode. You don't even have phase boots. You're so weak at fighting right now. Like, if you're going to rush this BKB, you can't do anything until you have it because you literally skipped phase boots. Like, you're so slow and weak. I just don't know how else to explain that. Like, an Ursa with these items just doesn't do anything. Like, you can't chase anybody. Like, yeah, you can do damage if you can just stand there and hit somebody, but, like, what are the odds that's going to be able to happen, you know? So you're walking towards the bottom, which is where you, like, just TP'd away from and where we saw they had heroes. So, like, it would make way more sense to just, like, walk top and, like, clear Ancients, clear this, clear top, or, like, clear mid, clear Ancients, clear top. You're walking towards a fight when your items tell me that you are not ready to fight here. So this, like, is just poor, like, movement based on, like, what you are trying to do. Like, your items tell me you're trying to farm and hit creeps, and then you're walking towards a fight. And if you're not ready to fight yet, you just shouldn't fight. I don't really care that that went well. I still think it was a poor decision. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, if a big fight had happened and they had all their heroes, like, you probably would have died again. Like, that's pretty... to me, that's, like, kind of apparent. Okay, so we're still going this BKB. So here, we clear the Ancients. Cool, cool, cool. Clear this hard camp. Cool, cool. So we see heroes mid, and we see Ricky bottom. Or maybe this is a replay bug. Maybe we don't see Ricky bottom. We see heroes mid, and Ricky showed bottom. You would see him on the minimap. So, like, if there are heroes mid and there's heroes bottom, and you don't want to fight anybody, which you definitely don't, right? You're 200 gold from your BKB. You need to go to where the heroes are not. If their heroes are here, then you need to walk top. So this is like what makes a good farming pattern, a good farming pattern. Like, are you trying to dodge them? Farm away from them. It's like the simplest rule for the carry. Farm away from the enemies if you don't want to fight them. And you hit creeps, and then you walk towards where enemies were. Like, you're walking bottom, like, towards where you saw this Ricky. This is not surprising to me that you're getting gone on here. There were just heroes mid, we saw a hero bottom, and you walked bottom. Jungle. In the middle of where we saw their heroes. Like, they're going to be here. They're going to be. And if you can't like, you need to be able to understand that based on the information we had of seeing the hero bottom, of seeing heroes mid. Even though we didn't see their supports, we should have an understanding that they will be in that general area. They're not going to randomly just run top. They just will not do that, especially when nobody's showing top. If you go top and you show, maybe they will, and you can, like, continually gauge based on what you see on the map if you think they're running at you or not. But they're not going to run top for no reason. And there's no reason they would have gone top, because nobody on your team went top. So I think this is just lucky that you don't die here. Oh, no, you do die here. Yeah, I mean... This is just a poor farming rotation from you, based on the information we had on the map. So it's really, really important that you just pay attention to, like, what we're seeing on the map. So we have our BKB now. But this game is already extremely hard. Okay, so this, where you have BKB... and now you're running at them, makes complete sense to me. And I think it's good that you're playing. Notice we have phase boots here. You'll just be able to catch this guy. Granted, you have 4 staff, but, like, you can't catch anybody with brown boots. Your hero does not function without having some way to, like, catch people. It just doesn't. Like, typically, people will go phase boots after Battle Fury, and then, like, even blink before BKB. Like, that's very common. I don't... Like, you rushed BKB. This is, like, rushing BKB on Ursa. And, like... I don't know. If you're gonna do this, the only reasonable reason to me to, like, rush a BKB is because you think you're just gonna, like, chain feed if you don't have a BKB. But, like, I still, seeing these items, I don't really think you want to do a ton of fighting. Like, I don't mind that you did a fight with your fresh BKB. That's cool, but, like... This still doesn't scream like I'm ready to fight all the time. Like... The non-upgraded boost is just so weird. You still don't really have a good way to get on top of people. Yeah. And now you're walking to Roche. I don't really like this because your BKB is on cooldown. Granted, they have a hero dead, and your waves are okay, but, like... If they contest... Like, I can't see this going well. Okay, they're contesting. And Roche is, like, not even close to being done yet. So I would immediately bail here. Like, I don't know what your thought was. Like, if this was, like, sneaking the Roche or what. But, like, all your net worth is in a BKB that's on cooldown. So you have no business being here. This is, like, a weird attempt to begin with, like I said. And now this is, like, a desperate attempt. This is, like, desperately trying to finish it. Oh, unlucky bash. Okay, so you got Aegis. You need to be getting out, my friend. I don't know what else to say. You need to be getting out of here, and you're, like, running in. I guess your read of this situation is just totally different than mine. But what I am seeing is that your teams have, like, used stuff. You've got heroes that don't really want to be fighting anymore, and you don't have your BKB, and you have no way to run people down. Your build is just giving you no way to run people down. This Dazzle literally just runs away from you. Okay, yeah, yep. Yeah, this makes sense to me that you're just beating here. Yeah, your kind of, like, read on what was happening there was, like, totally off. So I don't know if you're maybe a little tilted based on how the game's going. I wouldn't blame you, but, like, that was a desperate Roshan attempt that sort of worked, and if you'd been able to, like, TP out or just, like, run away, that would have been fine. But we kind of wasted our Aegis there. Our BKB was just on cooldown. And again, we just don't have ways to chase people down. Like, we can't, like, effectively fight this way. We really can't. So, we'll watch a little bit more, but, like, there's, like, so much that needs to be different here in this, like, in a game. It's just an average game that, like, I don't think it's going to be super helpful to, like, continue watching a lot. We'll watch a little bit more. You're, like, going this blink. You see heroes mid, you see hero bottoms. You're, like, farming aggressively in the lane. It's, like, reasonable. Okay, so there's like a lot of action happening mid. You do have your BKB up, so like I'd be kind of like looking, like are they diving? Are they punishable? Have your blink now. So you're kind of like walking back towards your team, which I don't like. Or like towards where they were. You're walking back towards your base and where they were as if you wanted to fight. But if you have a TP scroll up, which you should, and you do, you shouldn't walk back here. Because two things can happen. Like, okay, A, they could all just be standing here, and then you and Mag walk up and you like take some sort of fight and it goes well. Like, sure, that could happen. But like they could all just like, they could have a ward here, one. And they could just like all like move into the triangle. They could be like, we're done here. We like got the tower. We're pushing their base. And they could just like walk into his 5 heroes and you could be under a ward and you just die. So like you're putting yourselves like in a dangerous situation here and you have no idea what's about to happen. And also like with this TP, if there were to be a fight that happened here, you can TP in. So like why give up this farm and the ability to push out this wave again? Maybe. I mean, we don't see them right now, so it'd be kind of psycho. But like if they continue to show mid, we could then push this wave out again. We'd have to base off the information. But like you have options if you stay up here. And if you run back this way, let's say they're not here. So they've like moved back into this jungle or something. Okay, well then you just put yourself back here close to your team and you're kind of like going to be stuck in the box. I don't know if you've seen my box video, but like you're sort of like running back into your own team's box, even if they don't like just kill you here. So, okay, that's exactly what you did. You boxed yourself back into the box. I got a YouTube video called The Box. Please go check it out. And you're behind and you've walked yourself from out of the box back into the box for them. It's like good teams, they want you to be stuck in your base. And then all they need is like a ward here and a ward here. And then they just need to stand here and you can never leave. And they'll kill you when you try and leave. That's what good teams will do. And you're ancient, so they're not that good. But you need to like not put yourself in that situation for them, which is what you did by like just running back here. You put yourself in the situation for them. Like they need to try. You need to force them to make you do that. Okay, not really a great smoke, but it's ancient, so it's probably gonna work anyways. Like ideally, this wave gets cleared or whatever, but it's fine. It's fine. For ancient, that's pretty much how it goes. Got a kill. Your lanes are still bad, though, which is like, okay, you got to smoke and you got to kill, and now you have to fix your lanes. So it's like, oh, whatever. Okay, we see them all. Okay, it was like it was a decent jump. But your mag's not here, which is like kind of what... This is like sort of a situation that you'll be in, because somebody had to go back and push the waves, and now they're like... They saw that mag was bottom, so that's why they're doing this. I hope you understand that. They see with their vision. Let's just look at their map right now. So they know you're on the triangle, whatever. And then they see that mag's bottom right now. And they see that your tiny's showing mid. And they see your support. So they have a great ward, which your supports aren't dewarding, which is unfortunate for you guys. But like, even if they didn't see all of you, which they do, they have perfect vision, they would still see your mag bottom and your tiny mid, so they would not have to be afraid to walk into your triangle. Like, this is what they're seeing. They're seeing your mag bottom, so they're not afraid to walk into you. That's what's happening here. So they kind of get the jump on you. You have a ward that sees them. You don't have like a basher or anything, so the odds that you kill this guy... Yeah, he four staffs away. It's life. I mean, you get your spells off, or your items. But unfortunately, you're like snap die behind you, and your supports are totally cut off. And like, I don't blame you for like not fully comprehending this like in the moment. But remember, our mag wasn't here, and you know we're behind. Yeah, this Ricky SF just shred us, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. You guys are just so far behind at this point that I don't think that there's anything else to really discuss that's productive. This box thing though, like you walking back here, that's very important. So please go watch that video. That's why I made it, so I could refer people like in replay analyses like this or whatever to like, okay, this is a concept that you need to understand. So like you need to go watch that video so you understand what I'm talking about. But if you're out on the map, like stay out on the map. Make them make you leave. Because you walked yourself into the box and then you guys were stuck. You did smoke out, which was decent, but, you know, your lanes were still bad because you didn't really fix them. Not just you, but your team. And this will just happen at your level. People aren't really good at this. So it's just hard to execute. It's hard to execute well when you're stuck in the box, and like you guys aren't going to do that. So the first step is just not put yourself in the box. So hopefully you got a lot out of this. Like there's a lot for you to improve on this game, like a lot. Your talents are fine. But yeah, I mean the way that lane went, like you should just if you're ancient and you really want to be getting better, like if you want to get defined, like you cannot have lanes that go that bad. And part of it is your starting items. Part of it is like being willing to like understand that like you can't 2v1 when your support's not there and play like desperation mode. Like you cannot lose 3/4 of your HP on the first wave. You just can't. You'll lose. It's just lane losing. It's lane losing to do that. So whatever you need to do to mitigate that and prevent it from happening, you need to do it. And there's that death under their tower. Don't play aggressive in that way. Look to go jungle sooner. Yeah, get the phase boots. Like, don't skip the phase boots. I just don't get it. I don't really understand the BKB rush. Like, I think if you just gone Battle Fury, phase, blink, and then BKB, it would have been fine. Even if you didn't want to like fight them right away with your phase or phase BKB, or phase blink, I mean, like that's still okay. Like, it still gives you good mobility. It allows you to like get little pickoffs, maybe, or even just like be more mobile on the map and like less easy to catch for them. So, yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Don't start Orb of Venom on Ursa. Unless you're, like, expecting to, like, crush them. Like, they need to be, like, an Underlord. Like, if they're, like, Underlord, like, Rubik, or Underlord, you know, I don't know. Like Underlord Winter Wyvern, some like weak ass lane that like really isn't gonna do anything, and you have like a hyper aggressive early support like CM, like maybe you can start Orb of Venom, but like that's the only situation in which it's good. Otherwise it's just a waste. It's pretty expensive. It's like a stick and a branch. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful, man. I think a game like this, there is a lot to learn. I hope you do learn a lot off this replay analysis, and good luck getting better, dude. Hey, quick outro. You can like, comment, subscribe, or not. It's like whatever. I do keep going because I see that like people subscribe and are interested. So if you liked what I did and you want me to keep doing it, let me know. I kind of just do this as a hobby, though. I don't make hardly any money on it, so not a huge deal if you don't want to. If you want some coaching, I do coaching, 7K MMR. And I will individually coach you. I've had a lot of success with past students, I think. And, you know, I don't charge as much as some other people do. So see the Discord link in the video description if you are interested in the coaching. Full disclosure, right now, at the time of this recording, it's $20 for a replay analysis, where I look at your video, or I look at your replay, make a video, and then send you the YouTube video with the link to my replay analysis. And then $40 for 2 replays. So it's kind of $20 per replay. But if you pay $40, you get live time with me. We'll go over 2 replays. You can ask questions, etc., etc. So, yeah, check out the link in the Discord if you're interested in that. Otherwise, catch you later.